Hi there, and welcome to the Illuminating Primary Care podcast, brought to you by Menlo Park Recruitment. I'm your host, Kirsty Morris. I'm a senior consultant at Menlo Park, and I'm joined by my guest, Juliette Norton. Juliette is the managing partner at Greensand Health Centre in Maidstone, and she's been the managing partner for 8 years, working with a very dynamic GP partnership. Juliette originally trained as an accountant before becoming a practice manager and then on to be a managing partner. So, Juliette, welcome.
Hi, Kirsty. Thanks for having me.
You are very welcome. We've obviously spoken about this topic for a little while now, and obviously it's finally coming to fruition. Greensand Health is moving into a fabulous new building with some very different, very interesting facilities. So today, Juliette will be sharing some insight into quite how unique their new building will be. So firstly, Juliette, can you tell me a little bit more about the new premises that you're moving into?
Yeah, so as a team, we're very excited. We are hopefully collecting the keys in about 3 weeks' time, which is very exciting for us. It's a brand new, huge building, about 4 times the size of what we're currently used to. And we're hoping that it's going to give the patients and the staff a different experience when they arrive. For example, within the ground floor waiting area, there is a community cafe that's going to be run. We've also looked at having some therapy gardens, as well as some safe spaces for the staff to be able to go at lunchtime, have a quiet space or slightly noisier, busier staff room.
Absolutely fantastic. And when was this idea born and what were the challenges?
So it was actually in the job advert from when I applied. It actually said, get us a new building in the job advert. So it's actually been 8 years in the making. I mean, it took a long time for us to get it off the ground. We needed to find some land locally that, we could then build on, make an application to the council and apply for funding, etc. So it has been a very long time from the first knock on the door to find the land to actually picking up the keys in a few weeks' time. So the project we always wanted it to be different. We always wanted it to look and feel different. We wanted to create a space that was big enough for us to welcome patients into, rather than feel that like we were pushing them away all the time. So this space is not going to look like a GP surgery, I hope, and hopefully it's not going to feel like one either. Although obviously there'll be areas, for people that are really poorly, that don't want to interact with the busier part of the practice. We are hoping that it does look and feel different to the norm.
Definitely, yes. You mentioned no NHS blue to me before. So what's your
No.
colour scheme?
So yeah, so we've actually gone a little bit wild, literally. So our surgery building is on the Greensand Way, and so the walls and the colours have all been taken from 4 particular plants along the Greensand Way. So we brought those into the colours of all the fabrics of the building. So we've gone purple, mustard, teal, and violet. And then we've got photographs that have been taken from the plants on the Greensand Way, which are going to be blown up and used as wayfinding down the corridors. So you'll kind of follow the pink thistle to the room, that kind of thing. You'll follow the lavender to a different area of the building. So a little bit different.
Yeah, fantastic. And obviously you've mentioned the sort of GP breakout areas as well, some social, some non-social. Can you tell me a little bit more about those?
Yeah, so we've got a nice big staff room, which is going to be great. So they're a nice relaxed area for staff to be able to move away from patient-facing areas at lunchtime and after work into these areas. We've also got a breakout room and library, which we're going to use as a quiet space. So for anybody that wants to go and take their sandwich and read a book at lunchtime, there'd be a nice quiet space. But actually, if you want to do something a bit busier and mingle with your colleagues a bit more, we've actually got a pool table and a table tennis table all set up in the staff room. So we're hopefully encouraging staff to come in and mingle and kind of chat and just to relax during their break times.
For sure. I mean, from a well-being perspective, for the team, it's just going to be completely life-changing for them, I would have thought.
Oh, completely. I mean, we've got two sites. One site doesn't have a staff breakout room or staff room or anything in the whole building. So, and then our smaller site has got a kitchen area, but that's it. You know, for 50 staff, that's it. One tiny little table for four. So this is going to be in complete contrast, and I'm really hoping that it's going to really help people and buoy people up. That actually they're not sitting in their cars at lunchtime or disappearing off. They're all going to come together and kind of relax and kind of put a few things to rest and be ready to get on with the afternoon session.
Yeah, yeah. And I know you socialize quite a lot outside of work as well. You genuinely get on really, really well as a group.
We do. It's such a fantastic team, and I know that's easy just to sit and say, you know, oh yes, it's a really fantastic team, but it really is, and we do like spending time together. We have recently been to Mamma Mia party night at the O2, which was amazing. But we also get together on a Friday evening after work as well. So kind of put to bed what's happened in the week and really start the weekend, you know, off on a positive note by putting the worlds to rights on a Friday over a glass of wine or some cheese, and then off we go home. Much
Ah,
happier.
fantastic. Yeah, yeah, I bet, I bet. And certainly from a patient perspective as well, you've always spoken about delivering a service to your patients rather
Mhm,
than just kind of dealing with their ailments, as it were. Can you tell me a little bit more about the patient involvement with the new
mhm.
practice?
So we put out a survey a little while ago for patient volunteers to come forward. And actually, I was really overwhelmed with how many of them actually came forward. And we've been meeting on a weekly basis, and they've come up with all kinds of ideas that we're going to run with in the new surgery. So we've got somebody that's going to be doing Christmas wreath making. We've got a knit and natter group in the making. We've got a bike and a beer group already kind of happening and being put together, as well as one chap is really keen on doing walks for carers, and maybe doing some fundraising around for the patients that have got dementia, so that their carers can have time out, so we can offer to support them with some respite care. So really trying to look at things differently than the norm. And I'm so lucky that I've got this patient group that are have volunteering their time and coming in and, you know, supporting us with this mission to be different.
It's lovely, yeah, and it's got to be completely beneficial for their mental health, physical health. So just on a general perspective, you're just helping the health of the general community.
Yeah, and there is a strong leaning towards social issues, and you know, I'm hoping that with these fantastic patients that have come together and the amazing team that we have, that together we're going to be able to achieve some, you know, some really good stuff, and actually not just keep talking about it, actually do it now, actually put this into place.
Yeah, yeah. It sounds very, very different to the norm. Do you think there's ever a time where it will become commonplace in general practice to have this sort of site and facilities?
I really hope so. I mean, we were kind of thinking up these ideas long before PCNs and ours support staff, you know, with the social prescribers and the care coordinators, because otherwise we wouldn't have these in our building now. But I do hope that it becomes more normal for these kinds of facilities to be made available to the patients, because also I think it helps the staff kind of move away from the drudgery of just seeing 10 patients every 10 minutes, and actually they've got places that they can signpost people into, you know, for social issues. And I think for them, for the staff as well, this is much more holistic healthcare, isn't it? It's bringing it all together just in a slightly different way.
For sure. And I know you've always had 15-minute appointments. It just really helps. You can really see the sort of patient that you want, the sort of practice that you want it to be, and now that you can be, I guess, with the
Yeah.
new site.
I
Yeah.
think, yeah, finally it's starting to come together, and it has. We have been waiting for this site to be finished, and we've waited such a long time. But actually, now it is the time that we can actually put all of these plans, all of these ideas into action, and start being different. We're going to definitely look different, and I want us to feel different. But I think by doing things differently, the staff are motivated as well to be part of a change in the way we do things.
Yeah. And I believe you're looking to appoint now. The list size is growing. You'll need to further recruit. So what would you say to GPs who are potentially considering their options at the moment?
I would say that it's really important, rather than just to look for a job that's close to home. Look at the practice. Does it meet your values? Are you know is it going to be longer term? There's nothing worse than people joining and leaving in quite quick succession. Actually, is what the practice offering as a whole, is that something that you believe in? We're really looking for somebody that really supports the whole holistic view on how to manage things. We really want somebody that will be embedded as part of our team. No, we don't want you to have to come to Mamma Mia if that's not really your thing. But actually, we have grown such an amazing team and such a good environment that we want somebody that's going to come and fit in with that kind of family environment that we've created. It's much more than just turning up and seeing your patients in 10-minute slots and going home. I feel I feel what we're offering is much more than that.
For sure. It certainly sounds like it.
Mm.
And what would you say are the next steps for the practice? What do you want to get your teeth stuck into next?
To be honest, I'm so excited. I don't really know where to start. At the moment, I've got 3 weeks until we start the big move and we start moving everybody in. But actually, once I've done that, it really will be a strong focus on the customer service. How we're going to improve how we interact with the patients. I know we're not going to please everybody all of the time, but actually, I really want to start making sure that our customer service levels are continually on the up, but also that all the projects and all the ideas that we have talked over, that we actually start putting those things into practice. The new surgery also has 2 trainee rooms and a GP trainer, and we don't have a GP trainer at the moment that's ready to go. So anybody that would be looking to move into that kind of role, we have a whole suite ready and waiting for you.
Incredible. Absolutely incredible. Oh, well, thank you so much for sharing all of that with me. It does sound incredible. I can't wait to see it in all its glory, and I'm sure you'll be sending over the photographs when ready.
I can't wait to show it to you, Kirsty.
Fantastic. Well, thank you so much for your time today, Juliette. It's really appreciated. And yeah, I look forward to seeing it in all its glory.
Thank you, Kirsty. Bye.
All right. Take care. Bye-bye.